My beloved child, the heavens have watched your tears fall in silence. You have tried to understand why love seems bound, why the one who holds your heart feels trapped behind invisible walls. Listen carefully now, for this message comes from the Spirit that sees all things. He loves you deeply, more than you could ever measure in words or moments. But his heart has been in chains, not because he wishes to hurt you, but because his soul has been weighed down by battles unseen, wounds not yet healed, fears that whisper he is not worthy of the love that waits for him. These chains are not forever. What was meant to bind him will become the very thing that teaches him surrender. The heavens are already moving. Unseen hands are loosening what has held him. God is sending freedom. Freedom from the guilt that tells him he is too broken. Freedom from the fear that love will fail him. Freedom from the memories that haunt his nights and steal his peace. Even now, angels walk beside him, carrying light into the corners of his heart where darkness once ruled. You have felt his distance, his confusion, his silence. Yet you still feel him in your spirit, the bond that words cannot explain. That connection is divine, for your souls were written into each other's story before time began. Do not think the silence means God has forgotten. The silence is sacred. It is the moment before the awakening. The Lord is working behind the scenes, breaking one chain at a time, until his heart can breathe again, until he can finally step forward and meet you not in fear, but in truth. You, too, have carried your own chains, the chain of waiting, the chain of worry, the chain of doubt. But child, you are not waiting in vain. The waiting is not punishment, it is preparation. God has been purifying your heart so that when freedom comes, you will not love from need, but from strength. You will not cling from fear, but stand in trust. You will not chase what runs, you will attract what aligns. Heaven has seen the nights you cried for a sign, the mornings you woke feeling heavy yet still whispered, "I believe." That whisper was enough. Every time you believed through pain, light entered his world. Your faith has been the bridge heaven is using to reach him. The prayers you spoke alone were never wasted, they were keys, unlocking one link after another in his soul's captivity. Do not look at what your eyes see. Look with your spirit. His heart is stirring. The winds are shifting. He is beginning to feel the pull toward healing, toward love, toward you. But this time, it will not be the same. This time, it will be divine, built not from fear, but from faith. Built not from chasing, but from calling. The Spirit of God is calling him home, and that call will not go unanswered. Every broken promise he once made is being rewritten in grace. Every tear you shed is being gathered in heaven's hands, turned into blessings that will pour back into your life. You have been faithful even when you were weary, and now God says, I am rewarding the hearts that chose love even when it hurt. The pain that tried to destroy you is the same pain that will become your testimony. What was meant to break you will be the reason you rise. His heart was chained by fear of loss, by the echo of past pain, by voices that told him love leads to suffering. But God is whispering to him now, you are safe to love. You are safe to feel. You are safe to begin again. And soon, he will listen. When those chains fall, he will remember every prayer you whispered, every moment you believed when everything told you to give up. He will see the light of God in you, the love that never gave up on him even when he gave up on himself. Do not chase after him. Stand still and let God move. For the same hands that formed the stars are now untangling the cords of destiny around your connection. He is healing not only your hearts but your lineage, breaking generational cycles that once caused pain and separation. You are not just part of a love story, you are part of a divine plan of restoration. Right now, in the unseen realm, heaven is working. Archangels are guiding his steps. He is being led into moments that remind him of you, not to cause longing, but to awaken recognition. He will begin to understand that what you shared was not ordinary, that the love he felt was not coincidence, it was calling. You may not see the chains breaking, but the spiritual realm is already celebrating. You may not feel his love returning yet, but his soul is turning toward you in quiet surrender. This is not your imagination, it is divine alignment unfolding. Stay faithful. Stay in peace. Your faith is creating miracles in motion. Child of light, hear me again. What is unfolding now is not just about love between two hearts, it is the sacred release of what has been imprisoned within generations. You have been chosen to stand at the center of this divine transformation. The energy of love that flows between you and him is not ordinary, it is ancient, designed by heaven to heal what once was wounded. Every tear, every delay, every distance had purpose, to purify both hearts, to burn away the pride, the fear, the illusion of control. He is awakening slowly. His soul has been weary from lifetimes of pain, carrying burdens that were not his own. When he ran from love, he was running from himself. When he hid from truth, he was not rejecting you, he was rejecting the reflection of God's love that he saw in your eyes. For your love carries light, and that light exposes what he tried to bury. But the season of hiding is ending. He is coming to the end of himself, and when a soul reaches that point, heaven intervenes. God is breaking every pattern that led him astray. The same chains that once silenced his heart are now shattering in the fire of divine mercy. You may feel him in your dreams more often now, see signs that make no sense, or feel sudden waves of emotion. These are not coincidences, they are movements of the spirit, reminders that your connection transcends the physical. Heaven is weaving both of your stories into one tapestry, and even if you cannot see the full picture, the threads of destiny are coming together beautifully. Heaven says to you, do not give up before the miracle. The enemy has tried to convince you that nothing is changing, that you are forgotten, that love has died. but truth whispers otherwise. Love cannot die when God is in it. It only transforms, deepens, matures, and becomes holy. The silence between you and Him is not emptiness, it is sacred ground where God is teaching you both how to listen beyond words. You are being strengthened in stillness. He is being softened in solitude. Both of you are being prepared for union that is not of the flesh alone, but of the soul. When His freedom comes, it will not come with noise or drama, it will arrive quietly, like dawn after a long night. You will sense it first in your spirit before your eyes ever see it. That's how heaven works, in stillness, in mystery, in timing that feels delayed but is never wrong. Right now, heaven is whispering to His heart in ways only His soul understands. God is reminding him of who he truly is, not the mask he wears to survive, not the armor he hides behind, but the divine being who once promised to love purely and fearlessly. He is remembering. His soul is stirring. And soon, what his spirit knows will reach his mind, his actions, his choices. Do not let the waiting break you. Let it refine you. You are being molded into a vessel that can carry divine love without fear, without jealousy, without attachment. You are being asked to embody unconditional love, not the kind that tolerates pain endlessly, but the kind that stands in truth, that trusts divine timing, that refuses to lower its vibration for temporary comfort. You are not meant to chase what is yours, you are meant to attract it by being who you are: light, peace, faith. Child, I have seen you praying through tears, asking, why does it hurt if it's meant to be? The pain was not punishment. It was purification. The deeper the love, the deeper the cleansing required. The fire you've walked through was necessary to prepare you for what's coming. You have been tested, but not abandoned. Every unanswered prayer has been a hidden protection. Every closed door has been a redirection toward something higher. He has felt your absence in ways he cannot explain. Even when he tries to distract himself, the memory of your soul lingers. He will come to realize that nothing external can fill the space you occupy within him. That recognition will lead him to surrender. That surrender will lead him to healing. And healing will lead him home, to God, and then to you. Your connection was never meant to be ordinary. It was meant to awaken both of you. He was meant to remind you of your power to love without fear, and you were meant to remind him that true love is not control, but surrender. You are twin flames of divine light, not bound by time or distance, but united through divine will. And now that will is unfolding, heaven is saying, the time of breaking is ending. The time of rebuilding begins. Prepare your heart. Release the bitterness that came from waiting. Forgive him, forgive yourself, and release the pain of the past. Freedom begins with forgiveness. The moment you let go, you create space for the new blessing to enter. Soon, signs will multiply. You will see numbers, symbols, dreams that feel alive. Each is a message, it is closer than you think. The chain is not only breaking from him, it is breaking from you. The bond that once felt heavy will become light. The love that once brought tears will now bring peace. He will return not as the man who left, but as the soul God intended him to be. His eyes will carry understanding. His words will carry truth, and his touch will carry healing. Beloved, this is the whisper of heaven that carries completion, healing, and divine promise. Breathe deeply now, for these words are not just for your mind, they are medicine for your soul. The story you've walked through, the pain, the distance, the waiting, was never meant to destroy you. It was meant to awaken something eternal within you, something that can never be broken by human hands. The chains that bound his heart are falling away, one by one. You may not hear the sound, but heaven does. There is movement in the spirit realm, there is light breaking through where darkness once dwelled. The angels are rejoicing because a heart once lost is being found again, found in truth, found in God, found in love. He is beginning to see clearly now. The fog that once clouded his vision is lifting, and he is remembering what his soul has always known, that you are part of his divine destiny. But listen closely, child, the purpose of this love is not only reunion, but transformation. God did not send this connection merely for romance, he sent it as a mirror, to show both of you your divine reflection. Love was the teacher all along. Through it, you learned surrender. Through it, you learned faith. Through it, you learned that love is not possession, it is freedom. And now that both hearts are awakening, you will experience love in its purest form, free of fear, free of control, free of pain. You have done well. Heaven has seen your endurance. Even when you were misunderstood, even when you cried alone, even when you doubted your own worth, you still chose love. That choice echoed through realms beyond your sight. Your faith has not gone unnoticed. It has become a fragrance rising before God, and now the winds of change are carrying it back to you multiplied, in blessings, in peace, in fulfillment. Soon, you will feel a shift in the air. Your heart will sense the alignment before your eyes witness it. You will wake one morning and feel lighter, as though a burden you've carried for lifetimes has finally dissolved. That will be the moment heaven whispers, "It is done." The release has happened. The freedom you prayed for is here. You will begin to notice doors opening effortlessly, opportunities, signs, and people aligning in your favor. What once felt delayed will now come swiftly, as if heaven is making up for lost time. He is being led toward you not through manipulation or coincidence, but through divine orchestration. Every encounter, every memory, every dream that calls him back is heaven's design. But when he returns, you will stand not as the wounded one who waited, but as the healed one who rose. You will not need to prove your worth, for he will see it. You will not need to chase, for what is meant will stand before you willingly. You will not fear losing him, because you will know, love rooted in God cannot be lost. Child, remember this truth: the freedom God is sending is not only his, it is yours too. You are being released from the past, from self-doubt, from the pain that told you love must hurt to be real. You are stepping into a new season where love will feel like peace, not confusion. Where presence will replace distance. Where certainty will replace fear. The same God who is healing his heart is also restoring yours. You are being renewed, body, mind, and spirit. Everything you have been through was sacred preparation. The isolation was training for deeper faith. The silence was teaching you to hear God's voice more clearly. The heartbreak was teaching you compassion for others who suffer. Now, you carry within you a divine wisdom, a heart that knows love's pain and love's power. You are ready for the blessings heaven is about to unfold. When you see him again, whether in this lifetime or another divine moment, meet him not with the old story, but with new eyes. Forgive the past. Let go of what was. The love that returns will not be built on wounds, but on purpose. It will be love that uplifts both souls, a love that honors God first. For that is what divine love truly is, two souls walking side by side toward the light, not holding each other back but helping each other rise. You will feel peace where there was once turmoil. You will smile where there was once sorrow. You will understand that the pain was never a curse, it was a passageway into divine love. What was once broken is now whole. What was once bound is now free. What once felt impossible is now unfolding naturally. The heavens say, your wait was not in vain. You were never alone. God walked with you through every valley, every tear, every silent night. He saw the strength you didn't know you had. He watched you choose love when bitterness would have been easier. And now he says, because you believed, I will make your faith visible. Prepare your heart. The divine union that comes next will not look like the old story. It will carry peace, maturity, and a spiritual depth that only those who have walked through divine fire can know. You will recognize it because it will not rush you, it will rest with you. It will not confuse you, it will calm you. It will not take from you, it will meet you where you are. Heaven is already smiling upon you. The chains have fallen. The past is finished. The new has begun. Stand in gratitude. Stand in love. Stand in faith. The chapter that once broke you is now the very proof that God restores. And as you read these final words, feel them settle in your heart like a gentle sunrise. You are loved. You are chosen. You are free. He loves you, and this time, it will be pure. Heaven has declared your release. It is done. Child of heaven, this is the last part, the quiet completion of all that was spoken before. Let your heart be still, for what comes now is peace. You have walked through storms that few could endure, yet here you stand, softer, wiser, stronger, and radiant with light that comes only from surviving divine fire. Heaven has seen the journey of your soul, and now, heaven declares completion. He is awakening fully now. The chains that once bound him in fear have fallen. He is no longer the man who could not see your worth, no longer the heart that hid behind walls. The Spirit of God has entered his silence, melted his pride, and filled the hollow spaces of his soul with grace. He is remembering love not as a feeling, but as a truth, unchanging, eternal, divine. He is remembering you not through longing alone, but through revelation. The fog that once blinded him is gone, and what remains is clarity. You were never the mistake, you were the miracle. And you, beloved, are standing at the edge of a new dawn. The weight of waiting is leaving you. The ache that lived quietly in your chest is dissolving. You will no longer look for signs in pain, for the signs will now come through peace. You will feel a stillness so deep, it will tell you, the battle is over. You will sense him thinking of you not in confusion, but in certainty. You will feel his energy align with yours in harmony, not in chaos. What once tore you apart will now bind you together, not in captivity, but in divine balance. God says, the storm has served its purpose. Every delay was protection. Every tear watered the ground for this new beginning. Every moment of silence carved space for truth. You were not waiting for him, you were waiting for heaven to prepare him. And now that heaven has done its work, the two paths that once wandered are being drawn together again, not by force, not by desire, but by destiny. You will see him again, but when you do, it will not be the same story. The lessons have been learned. The hearts have been humbled. The souls have been cleansed. When he looks at you, he will see home, not in your beauty, but in your spirit. And when you look at him, you will see redemption, not in his words, but in his energy. You will both know that what stands before you is sacred, not ordinary. The old chapter has closed, and God himself has written the new one. The heavens whisper now, it is finished. Not as an ending, but as fulfillment. The circle is complete. The love that began before time has survived its purification. You are free. He is free. Love is free. The pain that once bound your souls has turned into the power that will sustain you. You will no longer chase, you will attract. You will no longer fear, you will trust. You will no longer question. You will know. The angels who once wept with you now rejoice. They sing because two souls that were once lost in darkness are finding their way back to the light, not only toward each other, but toward God. For this was always about more than love, it was about awakening. You were chosen not to suffer, but to transform. You have become a vessel of divine love, and that love will now flow through every part of your life, in your relationships, your purpose, your destiny. Soon, you will look back on everything and whisper, "Now I understand." You will see how every pain prepared you, how every silence spoke volumes, how every separation was sacred timing. You will realize that you never lost anything, you were simply being guided toward everything that was truly meant for you. The love that returns to you now will stay, because it was reborn in truth. So breathe, child of God. The waiting is over. The promise is alive. What you feel rising inside you, that peace, that soft joy, that quiet certainty, is the sign. You have crossed the threshold. Heaven's work is complete. The freedom you prayed for has arrived, and the love that belongs to you will stand in its light. You are not broken. You are chosen. You are not forgotten. You are fulfilled. He loves you, and now He can love you freely. Heaven smiles upon you both. It is finished. It is fulfilled. It is divine.